in Jira, whenever you create a new issue, you have a very nice option to basically create another issue with same values. So if you are on server, you can see how it works. So if you click on the create button on top, you have the option to create a new bug, whatever bug you want to create. You can fill up your description, your most of the fields, and whenever you are, let us say, creating multiple issues in one go, you also have the option to use the checkbox here called create another. Now, if you select this option, what this will do, so let us say if you click on create another, it will let you create one bug or whatever issue you want to create, and then it will basically keep this pop-up, this form as it is. You will be able to create one more issue. It is a bit slow for me because I'm using, I just ran this local Jira server, and now it works. So if you notice here, you have the option to basically now create one more issue, and some of the fields, not all of them, but some of the fields are preserved, and it will probably save time to fill up the form again from scratch. This works great, and it is nice to have. This feature is or it has been there in Jira since the very beginning, or as far as I can remember. But you also have the option to no, you don't really have an option to disable this. So I'm basically making this video in response to this question asked on the community. Now, there was a question from someone, I don't know the name, but there was a question on the community about, is it possible to remove this create another when you want to create a ticket, please? Now, this question is of course on server, so I'll show you my server version of Jira. So there is no such feature in Jira to disable this feature, but you can of course use some hacks, like maybe if you want, you can insert your custom CSS or JavaScript. You can do that with the help of Scriptner, up to you. But you can also do that without using Scriptner. And you can basically insert this custom CSS, for example, in the announcement banner. Now, let me show you how to do it. So first you have to figure out the ID of this particular checkbox. If you right click on it, and if you go to inspect, you should be able to take a look at on top the ID of this particular element. So we are talking about create another checkbox, and also there is a label. So I guess if we select this label, I believe, I think this one, this particular ID should work, I believe. So if I select this and if I click on the plus, I'm just doing it on the browser, but we'll copy the code to announcement banner. So what we want to do, we want to display this to none, and now the option is no longer there for us to use. So I'll copy this code, and what I will do, I will go to my announcement banner in my Jira instance. No, I don't really want to click on the issue, but anyways, we just clicked on it. So let me wait for it to load completely, and then I'll show you way to copy this code. And this is of course a very old school Jira hack, and it is not really a hack, but it's a small trick, because on server version you can basically insert CSS in the announcement banner, and it works. So you can go to announcement banner and you can basically write some HTML if you want. And the good thing is that you can have like Jira instance wide CSS that you can apply. This will only work when, because we're talking about CSS, and maybe if you want to use JavaScript, it will only work when the user browser, the person who is accessing Jira has CSS and JavaScript enabled. If they disable it, then it will of course not work. So to demonstrate how it works, you can basically insert style here. Make sure the type is text CSS, and copy the code and set the banner. And once you do that, you can maybe go back to your dashboard, and let us see if it works. If you click on the create button on top, you don't really see the option here called create another. So a simple trick, but it works nicely, and use it if you want to, but only use it when you're 100% sure that your users are not, maybe they have not really disabled CSS or JavaScript. But I think it will probably cover. It is not really a secure way to hide this option. It is more or less about hiding it for majority of users. And it is, of course, as I mentioned before, a very simple trick. So there is no such feature. Feel free to raise a feature request. I'm not sure if there is a feature request already for this feature, for this option to disable it. But I think if there is no option, there is no such feature request, I think you can raise if you want. I quite like this feature. I mean, to be honest, I don't really see any reason to disable this. I mean, it's a checkbox, and when you click on the create button, if you want to create one more issue, you can check it. Otherwise, by default, it is anyways unchecked. But I just wanted to quickly cover this topic, this small trick today in this video. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you also learned something new today. Thank you very much.